All right, welcome back. This is really going to be a continuation from the excuse me, the last episode. We are literally still in the same spot. We're in the same situation, one rough short from that other order. I think the order is still active though. A little roach, I guess. I still have not been able to catch the rough on the float, but we are getting them much more consistently now on the feeder. And I think the biggest difference I've made is I'm sort of aiming more south than I was before. So before I feel like we were aiming more like in this direction, but it seems like here has been better. Quite honestly, this way might even be better. I mean, I don't know. It is still close to the shore. You kind of see where that, just away from the shore, there's that drop off. So we're trying to get it, as far as we can. I would also be curious, you know, when we level up and get a little better telestick, we'll be able to cast a little further. But let's see if we go full cast and set that thing at 2 meters. Let's see if it's still hitting the bottom. Now see, that's better. And that does make me wonder, okay, we're gonna pull it a little bit when we set it down. That does make me wonder if we might have a better chance of getting the rough there. Oh my gosh, I think that's 1 gram off. Doesn't it have to be 80? Doesn't it have to be 80? I think we were just 1 gram off there. So we can't pick this up until we're ready to pull it, really. It's just not going to work great. But just like we're going to be leveling up our feeder rods and getting better and better feeder gear, I'm also going to do that with float, because we're going to be committed to float fishing as long as I can handle it. Look how cool that looks, by the way. I'm really impressed. It's such an upgrade over the blue one, I feel like. And that is a reason when you're getting that second one to get maybe the longest one you can. And I'm not sure we did that, but we'd be able to get a little more casting distance out of it with it being a little longer, I think. But that just looks awesome. Now it's going to be a nightmare trying to time it right to get that fish out. But that's okay. It's a fun experiment. So we still have most of the fish that we caught the last episode, other than what we turned in for orders. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm looking at our silver. We've got 38. If we can hit this rough order... Uh-oh. Look what we did. Okay. I think we got... Oh, nope, we didn't. We're good. It's all good. You can get snagged here. You most certainly can get snagged here. I'm glad we checked that, because we probably wouldn't have ever caught a fish there with a snag. If that does happen, though, what we'll do is we'll just travel to Winding real quick and see if see what the bait situation. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Oh, we actually got it. Let's see what kind of fish it is. Is that a rough? Look at that. We finally figured out how to get a daggum rough on float. So the issue was simply that we were not casting it far enough out. We weren't getting it past that ledge. And if it's not past that ledge, you're probably not going to get the fish, right? That's where the rough are hanging out. All right, let's move down this way just a little bit. I think we'll still catch the rough down here too. Let's try this again. I'm about to put a bigger hook on this feeder rod just because I'm trying to get that bigger, oh shoot, that bigger rough. Oh crap. You know what? I think we were on the snag on that too. I should have just set it down. That was not a fish. That was the snag. The dreaded snag. Well, shoot. Alright, we don't really want to do any of that. Alright. What do we have on this one? Oh, we have an 18. Oh, we lost our fun float. I just realized that. Alright, let's take that apart. And let's put that little 18 on there. Do we try this again? Man, there's ghost snags all over this place, though. Shoot. Let's see. Maybe up here we're seeing it a little less. I'm gonna have to get my favorite float back, though. I like those other floats a lot. Now we can choose a different color. Whoa! That's not a rough. Alright. Let's see if we can make it happen over here, too. I don't know if we can, because the, at least these hooks are all pretty cheap. But on the feeder, at least, the rough were just more present over here than up here. But there are ghost snags all along this shelf. It's happened this way for a long time. Come on. Bring it to me. This could be it. Oh, it really could be it. It's got to be big enough. Shoot. It's funny, guys. Earlier, we were hitting those big ones time after time. That is a thing of the past now. Yeah, I'm nervous about throwing this out there. That ghost snag, the way that happened. I mean, it's really, we're not losing anything. It's like a 1.5 silver hook or something, but it's just frustrating. It's also very hard to hit the fish properly when you've got no slack like that. Hopefully we'll get a little time in and don't get interrupted with work again, but we'll see. You never know. Once they start calling, sometimes they don't stop. I'm so stubborn about trying to get this rough. I guess we'll try through a little bit of this night, and if it doesn't happen, then we'll just move on for now. Once we have 2 feeders, we'll increase the amount of rough we can catch pretty significantly. It'll get easier and easier. It also might be worth casting a little farther out. Like we're basically casting right into that edge. If we did like a 15-meter clip, we might get ghost snagged a little less often, but still might be able to catch the rough. Let's make sure this isn't snagged. It is snagged. Whew. It's weird, isn't it? Sometimes it comes off. All right, let's adjust it. Let's go to like we're at what, 10? Let's go to like 13. Let's see if it still happens. It may, because it's going to swing in. Hopefully that's sitting on the bottom away from... I think it's right at the edge where it happens, to be honest, but we'll see. There still should be rough out there. All right, we're getting a bite. It needs to be a good bite though. Before we pick it up. I think we can catch rough on float if we can get it out there a little farther. I've got to tell y'all though, according to how this goes, we might, for our next feeder, we might not get another cheap one. I've been thinking about it. We'll see though. It would speed up the process to have another feeder, but again, if we can hit a couple of these nice cafe orders, we won't need to get another cheap one. We can get that starter feeder pack that comes with the next level. It's just slightly better. All right, we've got a fish getting on here. There you go. It's on there now. Let's just make sure. I think it's just sitting there, but it's on there. Oh, I picked up the wrong one, didn't I? Come on, be a rough. If it's a rough, it's big enough. Yes. Oh my goodness, guys. I think we just did it. Watch, the cafe order has expired now. That would just be our luck, wouldn't it? Got interrupted for like 2 hours and then missed our chance to get it. How much time was it? 52 hours. Got plenty of time. So we had one more than I needed. Guys, we're up to 82 silver. What if we can get this bream order finished? We just need one more bream. I kind of know where the bream we're biting at too. We're not really getting the white bream done right now, but that's okay. Cheap little gibble order. There we go. Oh wait, is that all three? No. 2 silver. Okay. Well, did we try to get that bream order? I'm telling you, we were catching those bream earlier on worm. We can try to do that again. Let's go look at this. It's perfect time right now to catch a bream. Is that float underwater too? It is. Let's see if we can pull this fish. Ooh. That's going to be a rough, isn't it? Yes. I love it. I love it. All right. All right, guys. There's another rough. Roughs are coming in like crazy. Another huge rough. All right, right over here. I was catching them. Let's go clip 14. Let's put a little bigger hook on there. Let's go with a 12 worm. We're about to wreck our stuff, but that's okay. Let's try to catch a bream before the night's over. And I guess we'll just try to catch another rough on this one. So I need to be reminded how much we're lacking for that that feeder starter box. Wasn't it like 140 silver? So if it's 140, we need about 56 more silver. It's doable, right? I think that's doable. That would be such an advantage to skip over. I mean, basically what would we be saving? About 50 silver, not buying another junk, starter, complete beginner feeder set. Let's go look and see what the difference is. I'm really hoping we'll catch a bream here. It is not impossible that we could catch another 1+ kilo bream in this spot. We don't have to be fishing for rough now. We could just listen for the feeder and put this somewhere else. Overall, this has been pretty slow on the float. But it is cool that we figured out how to use the float to get the rough. So if you're trying to target the rough and all you have is one feeder, there you can get them. You just have to make sure you're casting past that ledge. So it's going to be really hard on the blue rod, but if you upgrade a telescopic rod, you probably can start pulling in rough this way too. It's a roach. All right, so let's go back down to 1 meter. And let's check our feeder. Let's recast it. Let's do like right over here. All right. I am hoping that will be good. It's already getting a bite. I don't even know if that's a good place to fish or not, but I'm curious about what's biting on here. We'll leave it a little bit longer and then we'll check the feeder. One meter is going to be way too shallow. I mean, too deep for that, right? Let's try 0.8. That might even be too. This might be too shallow of an area for even that. About 0.5. Okay. I think we need to check this feeder. Okay, we're good. Man, it might not happen with the bream. That's okay. That's all right. I mean, there should be a bite by then. Uh-oh. It's just crazy. Crazy how much that happens in that spot. Very frustrating. You know, we should bring it down here. I think I'll do that. Let's wait just a minute here and then we'll bring it down here. Because what we have down here is the 5-meter hole. We just full cast it and see if we can get it into that hole. Let's do that. There could be bream down here too. Or we might find some white bream. Not getting many bites over here though. Oh, you know what? The clip is still in there, isn't it? Perfect timing. Sleeper. I like it. All right, let's take the clip off. Make sure we're lined up for as close to the hole as we can get, which should be about right there. Full cast it. 25 meters. Oh yeah, we put points in, so we're casting farther now. So we probably could have clipped it at like 20 meters. Man, we're getting some little bites here early in the morning. Is that a little perch? I wonder if setting this a little lower, like at 1.5, and then just giving it a little bit more of a heave might increase the bite rate. Is that sitting on the bottom? No, I think we're good. Get that bait closer to the bottom. wish me luck. Let's see what it is we caught here. It's another sleeper. It's a good size one. I guess maybe we just want to check the feeder here. It's been pretty slow. Do sort of want to see. Give it a couple more minutes here. All right. Let's see where we're actually at with silver. Also, let's see if any new cafe orders have popped. Doesn't look like it. What is this for? 25 silver? I mean, God, it'd be nice. All right, let's sell everything other than... All right, all the Chinese sleepers for 250. All the chub for 123. All the roach for 20. The gibble for 126. The perch for 0.85. The rough for another 21. Wow. And is there a white bream order that counts for? Yes. Okay. So what are we at? 132. Let's look at this, guys. How much is an upgraded feeder rod? Let's just look at feeders, okay? 149. So we are 42, 17 silver away. And instead of getting another starter one, this one goes up to 6 kilo. It's a little better. Comes with a Lacerti, a much better reel than what we're using. A little stronger line, another basic pearl, a little nicer hook, different variety in terms of size, and it comes with some bells. So let's look at the reels. The Kama Comfort, which one is it? I guess that's the other question. FD360. So it's the mid-tier. Nice test. 3.6 meters. It's about twice as much. And then look at the real difference. 9 silver for 3 kilos versus 5.5 kilos for 100 silver. I think it's worth it. We're this close. I think it's worth it. How many worms do we have right now? 22 pieces. We could get free ones at the cottage real quick. Let's do that. Bear float. And then we go through the fun activity of discarding the stuff that we just do not need, including a feather float. I guess we'll keep the sets of weights for now. All right, let's go to winding. I'm just curious about red worms. Let's just check really quick and see what the bait situation looks like. Gibble, Crucian, Sleeper, Easy one. Ooh, 2 rough orders, but look how much cheaper they. I mean, you don't get as much money for these here. It's pretty easy though. I mean, we might be able to do all of these orders pretty quickly. 26, 30, 34, 35. That's all we would get. We could just go fish over in the pond. Just see how the bite rate is. Let's look at baits. Oh. I don't want to spend the money, but they're in stock here. Night crawlers are not, though. Casters are. Caddisfly are. Bark beetle is not. Okay, well that's interesting. Okay, file that away. Notes to be stored. Let's get a map. We can't do anything without a map, and let's just go try it. It doesn't hurt to check. Doesn't hurt to check how the pond's doing. If it's slow, we'll just jump back to Mosquito real quick. There are lots of places to try here at Winding, but it's been a while since I fished here. I don't know active hotspots. If anybody else does, feel free to share, but we're just going to try a little fishing in the pond, which is basically similar to fishing at Mosquito in a lot of ways. There's no current over here. Lots of nice lilies and stuff to fish in. Hopefully we'll have something to catch here. There is a 2 meter sort of section here I guess we could have cast in. 18. Let's start off with bread. Actually, let's go to like 16 bread. We'll try 1 meter. I think, no, let's just go to 80. Let's just go to 80 and just cast right out here. That's even closer than I intended. That might not be shallow enough. Yeah, so it's, I guess we'll go to 50. What is this? Is this a perch? Okay, let's try it again. Kind of looks like it's getting a nibble to me, but it's so hard to tell when you've got slack on the line like that. Oh man. The feeder's going off in this spot. Alright, let's try 50 depth. Tench. This is with worms. The other thing we could do is try bread on the feeder. I think we should actually, let's see what we catch on worms here. And let's just try to cast it like right over here. That is really shallow stuff, isn't it? All right, we'll try 40 centimeter depth. Holy cow. Are we still going to get bites that shallow? I just want to see. Oh, look, it's a sleeper. See, we're not going to be catching those on. Okay, let's keep going. Worm is so good sometimes. Well, let's keep going. I do want to try bread, but did we already catch a fish here? Oh, it's a sleeper. I love it. Look how shallow it is right there. There we go. All right, so we want to go straight out right here. Let's back it up a little bit. I think I want the feeder more. Wow. Oh, there's not a fish on there. That's a false alarm. All right, let's do a clip of 12 and see where it lands. I think that's about right. I would have rathered it a little more at the lilies, but that's about what I'm wanting. This bite rate's fantastic at the moment. Got a little rain. Yeah, there's fish on there. Sorry, float. I can't hang out with you forever. There we go. It's a gibble. You know, every time I cast it out, I'm like, oh, let's try bread. And then we catch another fish species that I'm like, oh yeah, worms will catch everything. It's already getting a fish on the feeder, I think. Bites are almost immediate. Imagine if we had the second feeder set up already. Man, I'm tired of it doing that. The game acknowledges that there's a fish on, and then it's like it changes its mind. I don't mean the bells were ringing. Like, that is the way bites work now. That. Alright, let's try bark beetle larva. I don't know if there's roach. I mean, I'm sure there are roach in here. I don't know. We could probably maybe have the depth be a little deeper again. Let's see if we can catch some roach on this bark beetle larva, though. And let's recast the feeder. So frustrating. Alright, I want to try bread. Let's just do it. That's perfect cast distance, so 12 meters. Let's at least go to 50 centimeters if we're going to cast it a little farther out. There we go. Alright, see if we can find a roach here. Remember, if bread is slow, how fast the worms were working. So we'll switch the feeder back if we need to. Oh, there we go. We're getting a bite on the float. It's a cute little bleak. So bleak on bark larva. Interesting. How long do we wait? We hadn't even have a nibble yet on this bread. For whatever reason. Look at that. Wowzers. Wowzers. Look at that gibble. Oh, I just love that cast. We are on to something with the placement of that cast. We got it. Whatever it is. Gibble. I don't know if the cafe orders were for like really small fish. I mean, or if they have to be markers. I didn't look that closely. We're still using bark larva. We probably ought to switch back. Let's try maggots maybe. I also wonder if we weren't having a little better bite rate a little closer to shore. Like that. Fish on. Sleeper. There we go. Right in that mess. Thought we had a full-on bite there. All right, let's tighten it up. Hook size too small, too big? What's causing it to do this for so long? Or is it just the fish species that's doing that? I like it. Did y'all see that fish? I hope you saw that. This literally was a fish taking our float away. And that's the one it was. That little bitty gibble. Which probably means the hook was a little big. Got a little gibble spot going. Yeah. This is like consistently gibbles, isn't it? So annoying, isn't it? It's like the nibble of it's the Bell representation of how long fish nibble on your float rod sometimes. There we go. Is that a crucian? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like, because there was a crucian order too, right? I was wondering why we were catching just gibbles. Alright, it's a miniature sleeper. Seemed like out here the bite rate was maybe a little faster. We need to switch to really small hooks and worms. We should be able to catch rough like crazy here. Usually rough will bite really well at winding. Just have to find a spot, I guess. Alright, let's switch this to, okay, 18 worm. We'll just kind of put it right out here. Could probably go a little deeper maybe. And then let's go wrong rod. Well, let's wait and see if we get a bite here, I guess. Miserable. Oh, that fish is moving. We've got a fish on. Houston, we have a fish on. It's a decent size. Gibble. Lots of gibble in here. Alright, what we want to do right now is go 18 hook. I wish we even had a 20 to be honest. Worm should be fine. We want to go right into that hole. Let's do a clip of 8. Yeah, we could have cast it a little farther, I think, but let's see. Let's see if there are rough in here. So it says it goes like 2-meter hole. So let's go depth of 1.5 and test that theory. And we'll go full cast on this. Now it should sink. Yeah, beautiful. So we could probably go 1.75, test that. Try to get to the deep part, see if we can catch a rough here. Okay. Of course, you always have a chance of catching a very elusive donuts rough here at winding. I'd be shocked if we caught one on this account, but I think there's some spots out in the actual river, the rivulet, that are more likely to land the donut roughs, but we shall see. Are we snagged? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's look here. Yeah, that should be good. Let's just cast it. That's not a rough. You know, and I may be wrong. There may not be Dang, that's slapping back so far. Whoa, Nelly. And then we find out there aren't rough at all in these parts. Let's go 10 clip. All right, there we go. There's no telling what we're going to catch at the bottom of this little pond in the depths. Dark depths below. We should get a couple of cheap 20 size hooks to really try to go after these rough. Although they might be in the shallower area. I feel like we're pulling out pretty thick fish from this 2 meter spot, but I believe with the smaller hook, maybe we'd hit them, but I still think as it gets a little later, they might show up. I don't know. We'll see. We've caught a wide range of stuff since being here, though. Started with the bleak, right? Or maybe the gibble, then the bleak. No, I think it was bleak first. I don't know. All right, it's dark now. Come on, rough. Show up. We just want a little bit. Oh, we're about to hit level 9 too. For better or for worse. We just want a couple rough, have a chance of hitting those orders. That's a nice perch there. Be a nice bait fish, I guess. All right, let's see what this is. Again, big chunky fish. Not what we're going after here. Good gravy. I mean, I'm not complaining. Just not what we were expecting. Perch again. I really feel like, though, the perch and the gibbles. Well, I don't know about the gibbles. Sometimes gibbles bite straight through the night. It is raining. This could be a good little night here fishing. Let's see. Definitely not a rough. Bream. I did not know there was bream in the pond. There's bream everywhere. This is fascinating. This is fascinating, fishing in this little 2-meter hole where all the dark things live. Whew. Oh, so frustrating. All right. One more thing I want to try before we head back to friendlier waters is just putting this like right close to us. What in the heck? What do y'all think? Bream? Catfish? Just kidding. Can we reel through this? I can't tell if we're... Yeah, we're pulling it in. What is that? Is a tench. Is that a late night tench? Weird. It's just weird, okay? It really is just strange. How have we not caught a rough? Wow. Just wow. I don't know what else to say. Okay. We probably caught a little bit of everything, but not enough of anything to finish the orders. But let's check. And we'll head back to Mosquito and wrap this sucker up. I think... Ugh. I think fish sell just as well at Mosquito as they do here, if not better, but I'm not sure about that. All right, so we did finish this one, 1 through 4, so that's 4 silver. That's 1.6 silver, 4 silver. Somehow we did not catch any rough. All right, let's test this theory, okay? This tench sells for 4.04 silver. Wait, did we have any roach here at all? This one. I'm going to sell the roach. All right, tench is 4.04 silver. All right, I gotta wrap this up. It's been another long video. We're in good shape though. Let's sell the rest of our fish, check our silver, and dream about what we're gonna be able to purchase hopefully next episode. We'll see where we're at though. All right. 4.04. So it's the same. Okay. Good to know. All right. 28 silver. Boom. We're at 167 silver. All right. Let's don't spoil the fun. We will, we'll go ahead and purchase it. But we'll unbox it next time. We will unbox it next time. Cool. Thank y'all for joining me. I love doing this. I don't know. It's so exciting. It's so fun for some reason. I will talk to you next time. Peace out.